warmer pack for Jenny Keys. Jenny.
Hello, yes, my name is Jenny and I'm now a second year student midwife, and I was one of the lucky recipients of the scholarships last year, which is, I understand, one of the important areas that the City Leadership Circle will be helping to support. I got an email a few weeks ago telling me about this evening and asking me if I'd like to come and say a few words to you. And I, of course, immediately composed an email back saying, no, absolutely not, that sounds terrifying. But before I clicked send, I had to think, and I realised that blind fear wasn't a good enough reason not to speak to you today. And I actually realised that this was an opportunity to reflect on the last amazing year of being a student midwife, and to try and articulate what the scholarship's done for me. So here I am. I'll tell you a little bit about myself first. I graduated from a film and drama degree at Manchester University 10 years ago, and I've been working in the arts since then. I've been lucky in my career so far, and I've had some exciting and fun opportunities, which seems perfect for a career in your 20s. I was always hugely interested in midwifery, and I thought of it as that career that lots of us have for a long time, that if I hadn't done this, I would have done ... And I thought for a long time that it would remain as that, but the last few years it moved from being an interest to being a passion, and despite the overwhelming practical issues with giving up a job and going back to school, I realised that this wasn't a feeling I could ignore. And that when I look back on my career in 40 years, I want to feel that I've made an important contribution and that I've been true to myself in following this passion. I was really delighted to get a place at City University, and I'd saved up as much money as I could in order to support myself. But I continued to do freelance work in order to keep hold of those little luxuries like paying my rent. Since starting the course, I haven't looked back, and I don't regret for a second the slightly reckless decision I made to change careers. But it has been tough, and more so at the beginning of the course when I was cramming in as much freelance work as I could to make ends meet. Midwifery is a genuinely full-time course, so with hours at least equal to working full-time, trying to fit in paid work on top is a lot of pressure. So financially, receiving the scholarship was a huge relief, and although I wasn't able to completely stop doing freelance work, it meant at the end of each day I wasn't always rushing to the next job, but instead I had time to reflect on practice, read up on things that I'd come across in the day that I wanted to know more about, or talk to mentors. And these might seem like small changes, but I actually believe they can make a difference between being a decent midwife and a really exceptional one. So being able to achieve this bit of headspace has been absolutely crucial to me in improving my practice day to day. And financially, I can't understate the importance of the scholarship, but there's something less tangible that it gives you that I want to mention today as well. I think studying can be quite a solitary experience, and really you're only responsible to yourself for getting the best degree that you can. So when you receive a scholarship, you suddenly realise that this group of people who want to invest in you and in your education, and that's quite a special thing. In accepting my certificate, I felt I owed it to this group of people to work to the absolute best of my ability, and this really made me want to raise my game as a student. I don't think it matters that I don't know the group of individuals who contributed to my particular scholarship, or that they're not following my progress every day in university and while I'm out on placement. Having people invest in your education is actually very humbling, and I suppose I felt a kind of moral obligation to them, as well as to myself, to make myself the best student midwife that I can possibly be, and to embrace every opportunity that comes my way as a student. And it's perhaps that feeling that stopped me from chickening out of this speech today. When I went through the interview process for the scholarship, I was asked to explain in what way I could be an ambassador for the university. And I realised at this point that actually being a student midwife in itself provides huge scope to be an ambassador every single day while working out on your shifts. My placement's at Homerton Hospital in Hackney, and I feel very lucky to have the chance to engage at this level with such a diverse community. I also have a huge privilege of providing care for families at one of the most important times of their lives. And with this comes a responsibility to all the mums and dads and new babies that you'll provide the absolute highest standard of care that you possibly can. And in this way, I hope that families do have positive experiences when I work with them, and that in turn I can carry on being an ambassador for the university. I'm going to finish up now, but I hope I've been able to share something with you of how much I love my new career in midwifery, and how receiving the scholarship has had an enormous influence on my ability to make the most out of the course that I possibly can. I did have some trepidation about coming here, but I do feel lucky to have had the chance to talk to you, because I can honestly say these scholarships have a huge impact on the people who receive them. Thank you.